I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mike Margansky, are you with us for the Inland Wetlands Officers Report?
Good afternoon, I'm in. Gentlemen, good evening. I'm glad everybody's doing well during this pandemic and these trying times. Very briefly, 5 Bassett Road. This was an enforcement action that was taken back over the winter on excavation of private residential lot. And basically you have the application before you that was tabled back in was it February, before we went into the COVID shutdown. And you have the modified plan that was submitted, and you have Brian's report. Staff is in support of Brian's recommendations at this point. That's all I have for 5 Bassett. Before you also have is a subdivision, a 3-lot subdivision for Mountain Road. Just to give you a little bit of background on this property, this was a single family home that was on 7 acres. The owners, the residential property went into complete disrepair. The parties that owned it prior to Mr. Kimmer owning it, we were able to get them to negotiate to find a buyer because they were in over their head in being able to remediate the property. And he has done a fine job of remediating the single family that's existing. He came in for a first land cut to split the property into 2, and now he's proposing a 3-lot subdivision, which you have before you. And you have Brian's concerns and/or comments in there. Tonight, you can. It just basically comes down, what do you want to do with the application? If you deem it to be a significant activity, you'll need to schedule the public hearing. And that date, I believe on the thing, John, I have for you would be the next meeting would be October 26th if you choose to go that route. Beyond that, Wetlands has been kind of slow. We've been busy in other departments. I'll take any questions if anybody has anything.
Any questions for Mike? Good. You good? I think we're good, Mike.
All right, I'm going to stay in as long as I can, as long as there's nothing going on.
All right, thank you, and I appreciate the updates the last few months and keeping me involved with what's going on in the town. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Item number 4 would be for public comment. I'm not sure if Lee is on.
Yeah, there's no public comment.
Thank you. Item number 5, minutes of 16th regular meeting from February 24th, 2020. Second, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay, we have 5 Bassett Road continuation from 2/24 meeting.
For the record, my name is Jesse Justin, here with the applicant.
Excuse me, can we have Jesse turn on his microphone, please?
But I know, Mike.
Thank you, Jess.
Okay. Yeah, so for the record again, Jesse Justin, 52 Main Street, Seymour, like there, with the applicant, Mr. Chico. Brief refresher on this. Mr. Chico bought the property back in May 2019. the 1.1 acre interior lot. Immediately down the slope of it is a piece of property owned by the town of Seymour Open Space that has wetlands on it. There was passive extensive tree damage out here from the storm. People lost power several times. It started cleaning up the trees, and then over the course of the winter, the existing drain system under drain failed, and it's caused an ice flow to overtake the driveway. So the applicant has started excavating to find those drains, and it created a couple sediment traps. And that's when Mr. Morganti got involved with the prepared plan to come in. We had added additional erosion control measures during that time. So, Chapter 11, then the plan was prepared. Proposed plan, we're addressing a couple things. The storm drain is being addressed in a series of yard drains and under drains, block or catch basin and outlet at the old location where the storm drain is in the past. And we're supposed to taking down numerous trees. They're marked here in state. Most of them are on the property, but several of them are on the town property. And I believe Conservation Commission was informed about that, and they were okay with those trees going down. So over the past few months, last storm we had several more trees came down with power again. A lot of those trees have fallen. A lot of those trees were on the town property have fallen. Part of this application is also proposing the addition to the house along with the expanded driveway area stuff. From the last time we were here, the plan's been modified to add a water quality treatment system for the water quality line. So when you run off from the adjacent driveway, it's reflected with trench drain across the driveway, and that will outlet into a subsurface plastic gallery system. Mainly all I got. I'm not sure if you guys' recollection is this.
You've seen Brian's letter with recommendations on there?
What's the date of that letter?
24th of September.
I have not.
Mr. Chairman, just so that you know, Mr. Nesteriak's comments were forwarded to Mr. Smith.
Okay.
And Mr. Eric's comments, item 1, the drainage calculations from design or sufficient concept. The outlet of the proposed system is lacking detail on the elevation of its connection. It should be connected to a level perforated pipe installed at the top of the stone floor to maximize the volume of the system before discharging wetlands. I don't see a problem with that, but we should accommodate that. Item 2 was that the tree debris has become complicated, as mentioned in the engineer's letter. Recommend that be left as it is or be completed under the observation of the compliance officer. There was tree debris that was in the wetlands in the past. Some of those photos, the new photos illustrate additional trees have fallen and have a whole season of growth in there. So now to pull it out, it sort of cause more damage than it would be good.
Okay.
So we sort of agree we just want to leave it there. The commission decides to approve this application, and this commission could include the above recommendations additions to it. So there's no problem. Really only one item to address. The outlet pipe is small.
Okay, so you guys have any questions for him?
No, really. I mean, everything's pretty much a separate calculation. I mean, the pipe that, preparation pipe.
Yeah.
So we could approve this application or deny it.
I'll make a motion to approve with the stipulations listed in Brian's letter.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any further discussion?
Good.
No. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No set.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you.
I'll be able to manage the application. Roger.
Okay, the next on my list is 35 Mountain Road.
How you doing? My name is Scott Kimmer. I live at 13 Seth Drive, and these lots are being.
Seth Drive work,
Naugatuck.
Naugatuck.
And this is the corner of Mountain Road and Brook Street that we're doing the 3-lot subdivision. And Harry Cole and Sons did all the surveying and engineer work.
You have a presentation to discuss the property and show us what's going on?
Kind of a big map here. So this is Mountain Road coming up this way.
I have to take the microphone so they can hear you. You can take it off.
Okay, so if you're coming up the hill,
You can take it right out of the stand if you want. Forward. There you go.
okay. So if you're coming up Mountain Road, Brook Street is on your left. So if you went up Brook Street, you got 2 lots on the right with a driveway going up, accessing the 3rd lot in the back here. And if you go up Mountain Road a little bit more, there's the existing house that I renovated on.
Did Brian take a look at this yet?
Brian did, there's a laundry list of items. For 35.
Did you get a copy of this?
Yes, I did.
Initial application or what is?
Yes, so we're gonna have the charge this evening of accepting the application, tabling the application until some of these issues are resolved in Brian's letter, or we could accept it. And if we do accept it, then we would have to rule on whether or not this is significant impact to the wetlands and schedule a hearing.
What's the closest, well, you have the house on lot 3, or actually lot 1 technically, 1, 2, and 3. So 1 is a complete backside, right, from front to back.
Yep, yep.
The house location for that.
It's gonna be right in here. It should be on one of your sheets where the house location is.
Come over here.
Oh, I found it, sorry. Okay.
Yep.
What's the distance from that corner to the wetland? Sort of wetland.
Everything is, you know, away from the wetlands quite
Here in the
a ways.
review area.
Is it-
Almost the entire property, which I don't see it being. There's a lot of lines here that I don't understand what's up. Yeah, that is the upland review area is part of the houses are on. If you look at the bigger one here, Tim, that's this.
Okay, that's okay.
That's it. That's 100
Oh,
land.
this is it.
That's the 100. But this is your wetland right through here.
So it's
Where
right-
Brian has concerns. Definitely.
Well, the lots are with the houses.
Well,
this is the house plan right here. No, that's fine. You have one with the designated, the 100-foot setback.
Yeah, nothing's anywhere near it. We're not doing anything near any of the wetlands. And all the wetlands are flagged, you know, from the top of the property all the way to the bottom.
No, I understand. I'm just saying for the 100-foot setback.
Yeah.
Where do you have the one that shows where the house is? Because you have the wetlands here, but there's no 100-foot wetland mark. You see how you have 100-foot right there?
Yep.
Setback. You don't have one on the plan with the house. We show that the house.
I see what you're-
It doesn't look like it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But you said, not
Yeah.
only are you in the, near the wetlands, but there's also the 100-foot review area.
Correct.
And we would like to know where the houses lie compared to the.
Yeah, so if we took that map right
100-foot.
there with that 100-foot setback and laid it on top of where your
Yeah.
house proposal
Yep.
was, that's what we gotta make sure that it's not.
Right, yeah, no, none of the houses, everything conforms that way.
Okay.
You know?
There's nothing shown.
Nothing's getting disturbed on none of them sheets.
No, I mean, it doesn't, you have the wetlands, but we don't have the 100-foot setback.
This is the wetland edge. That would definitely be 100 foot.
Yeah, if you look at this one right over the house,
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the what we're looking at.
Okay,
you got one, two, here. Section, you're probably cutting through. The corner of lot 1's house is gonna be.
And two, I think, right? Two. I think these are-
There's, oh, no, that's the same.
I think two feet. That. This one here. Coming up through, so it's flipping that corner. And then we come to this one, we got 1, 2, 1, 2, and we come through there. And then exits out that way. So this one clears, this one's on. So technically, 1 out of the 3 lots.
Which lot are we talking
Lot
about?
1,
Lot 1?
yeah, literally just that far corner. Is there any possibility to, because here's the thing, that one's in the review area. So technically that one, you know, might be a significant impact to the wetlands because it's in the review area.
Well, we have more than that. If you read through his letter, there's ways that they need to get
Oh, yeah,
sewage out.
correct. No, I'm just
to
saying.
disturb the
within-
wetland.
Yeah.
And
Is it-
then, that piece of property has an issue with flooding. And that's what Brian is asking for.
Correct. We gotta, right now, we're determining if it's a significant impact,
Well,
right?
we don't have to. We could table the application and ask him to go back and try to address these for the next meeting.
Yeah.
Or, and then for us to review it at the next meeting and then make a determination about what some of his plans are.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could call it a significant impact, if we want to vote on that and accept the application. I have concerns with that. They're just saying that there are several excavated bases that have been shown on the site plan development plan with no explanation.
Right.
Sanitary sewer main should be revised. There's issues with that, not a big deal. The area of a history of flooding and overtopping Brook Street, the entire subdivision should be designed to actuate up to at least 100-year storm.
Yeah.
This would require detention ponds and other systems. So if that needs to be done, that needs to be shown.
No, exactly.
Correct. Each property should show the location of the dwelling footing, roof, and driveway drainage. An existing inlet appears to be shown in the center of lot 2 near the road. However, it was not found on the walkthrough. Please explain if this inlet is used and it was proposed to be altered in the future. The driveway at lot 3, that's really not us. I recommend silt fence. It's nothing. Please show anticipated areas where material is going to be stockpiled. Additional detailed sequencing and construction methodology is needed for the sanitary sewer crushing the existing water course. There are various included details on D1 which do not appear to be referenced on submitted plans. So they're not broken down.
Yeah. I mean,
Mike, are you still on?
I am.
So Brian's item number 13, saying that each item shall be submitted individual site plans. Does he need to have 3 separate applications or 1 application with 3 plans? Yeah.
again, I think when you go for your the permit, the full separate.
Right, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's-
site, separate
So
site.
for approval, we may need to have each one
Correct.
separate.
Well, it'll be a subdivision approval.
We can handle that. As each one can have their own application as far as each of the lots, because that they're gonna need to have that anyway. He's looking for the subdivision approval right now. And then when each of the lots comes up, we'll take care of that, from an administrative level. But I think that you need to look at the subdivision as a whole in its entirety, and not just from an individual lot. Because when they come, they're going to do the work consecutively, I imagine, when they go ahead and do everything. You start to go in there and you start to work.
Now you got a copy from Brian's?
Yeah, I got a copy. Well, I don't know if it was from Keith or Brian. I got something in the mail a couple days ago. What's that letter?
Maybe
I did not get that. No,
You have a letter dated September 25th, Scott?
I have an extra copy there?
Yeah, there's some right here in front of us.
Yeah.
It's
Any
still
one
right
of the
there.
ones with the B and B's.
Okay. Yeah.
You just make sure it's open.
Address on this?
Well, it says the water course.
Already got the
So
letter.
wherever that stream.
No, I didn't get this. I got to keep one from Keith. I didn't get this one. I got one from the town planner, but I didn't get this one.
That wasn't included in the package from the town planner, Scott?
I did, it wasn't included, no. But I'll take this copy. It's fine. This copy is fine. It's the same thing.
No, different address.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
What I would recommend is, if I would say if you tabled it, go through and get these set.
Yep.
Hit your markings for each lot just to make sure.
Yep.
If this one's sitting in the wetlands.
Yep.
Then.
Yeah, no, I don't, yeah, where exactly are you looking for the wetland? Where do you see the wetlands?
That map right there.
Yep.
Your 100-foot setback mark.
Where's the 100-foot setback? Yep, from the wetlands, yep. Yep. I got you.
Laid out,
So they got the house away from the 100 feet where it's gonna
But
be built.
this one corner, when you run it, becomes this corner falls into it. That's the house. When you run the house.
Okay,
It's only
yeah,
that small.
but this house could be moved over this way.
Correct. That's what, just make sure you're.
Yep.
That also.
Yep.
Okay. I mean,
I'm looking to see where it's saying that we're connected to the sewer lines.
Yeah, the very lowest part of the property is where we're gonna connect to the sewer line. And, you know, it slopes down everything, so you never see anything flooding, you know, because this is the high side of the land where we're developing, and the lowest part is that corner, and the sewer line is gonna go right down in the front of Brook Street and out into Mountain Road. Yeah. They have all the elevations on there and everything that's
Especially if he's asking about how we're gonna plan on crossing that existing water course.
right.
Get to that.
Yep.
okay. That's, I mean, that's what I would do. Just,
Yeah.
you just wanna.
Yeah, we can, yeah, we'll table it, and my engineer and surveyor will address all these questions, and then at the next meeting, everything should be fine, you know?
Yeah, and I think all the information will have it on there.
Yep.
Brian will be here also, and he'll answer most of these questions. Again, you can reach out to Brian if he has any questions.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
just so I can understand, are you intending that this is an incomplete application, or are you going to be accepting the application and just tabling it for clarification from staff?
we haven't voted. We're just discussing
Okay.
right now what our options are and how to handle this. So, do we have a motion? So we could either accept it.
Yep.
We could table it. If,
Not accepted in table.
right, we could just table, the application. Or accept it and then determine if there's a significant impact.
I'll make a motion to table it,
Yeah, I would second
just so you can get everything straightened out.
It's tough looking at it right here and now.
Yeah, plus you'll have everything completed now.
Well, I think that there's a lot of comments, you know, about retention ponds, and that could further impact the
That might move things around
100-foot
in there.
review area and things like that, that I think it's too difficult to make a decision on.
No, exactly. I don't want to waste your time either, so.
Right, yeah, I would accept, I would, you know, ask that you accept it and table it, and then I'll.
We're not gonna accept it. I think we're gonna, call it an incomplete application and table it, and to allow you to update your drawings to the recommendation of the town engineer. And so this way here, we can have a decent set of plans to look at, because he's asking for retention ponds. They want to know what you're doing with some of the water, how you're handling it. And I think the board feels that where these retention ponds go, it could be in a 100-foot review area. That would be, you know, determined by your designers
Correct.
and engineers. And I think that's the way the board is leaning towards right now, is to clean this up and get us the additional information calculations, because he's asking about the 100-year flood, how you're addressing the high water in the 100-year flood. And I think we're ready to vote on that. We have one motion for
I'll second that.
incomplete. We have a second for an incomplete. Any further discussion?
Give me this copy so you have it.
Okay, thanks.
All in favor?
Bye.
Aye. Mike, so we're gonna vote it, we voted as an incomplete application for him to go back and his design team to take Brian's comments and further lay out this property.
Okay.
Okay?
If you have any questions, your engineer, you can reach out to Brian too, so just make sure everything's all set.
Yeah, I'll have my.
Yeah, have him, you guys could
They don't look at this.
Work it
they
out.
don't know what-
Yep, perfect.
Okay, item number 8 on the agenda would be public comment. Have we received any public comment?
I haven't received any public comment.
Okay, so we'll take that as no public comment at this time. Item number 9 would be commissioners' public comment. Any commissioners have any comment? That's probably going to be number 10 for correspondence. Mike, what do we have for correspondence? The Regional Water Authority letter?
These are advisories from the Regional Water Authority and Connecticut Deep on activities that they are permitted to do. Just in making the town aware of the activities.
Okay,
Basically for the record, that's all.
for the record. Need a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
it. Take care.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike, thank
Thank
you,
you,
Leo.
Mike.